Well, my experience with stocks has always been the earlier do it, the better. I think stocks are something that you have to think of in a long-term perspective.
If football players were stocks, who would you invest in?
The most obvious answer at the moment is Lamine Yamal. Very young, he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's showcasing amazing skills, great performances on the big stages, under a lot of pressure. So I think it would be definitely him. And then there might be some players that we haven't seen that much yet. I'm thinking of the player at Man City. I'm not really sure of his name. That was subbed in a lot of times and was able to score goals. Yeah, I'm not sure of his name. McAtee? I think it's McAtee. I think these are the kind of guys you have to look at when you want to invest into them as if they were stocks.
Nice. And do you have maybe any name that you can think about in the Swiss league?
I think also there's some obvious answers, like Alvin Sanchez, who's a young guy from Lausanne who's had a really good season. Unfortunately injured at the moment, but he's definitely has a bright future. And then there are some guys who had already made the step to play abroad. I'm thinking of Ardon Yashari, who's a young guy who's been showcasing really good things in the Champions League and with Brugge. These are my choices.
If there would have been a moment in your own career when you could have bought stocks, what moment would have been?
Well, my experience with stocks has always been the earlier do it, the better. I think stocks are something that you have to think of in a long-term perspective. So the earlier you start, the better, and then also diversifying. The more different stocks you have, the better it is for your portfolio. And I think if it was with football players, then I would do probably the same. If I would have probably looked at my games in an early age, I would have probably seen that this could be something. So if you would have started early, also in my case, it could have gone well. I think maybe the best moment would have been between 19 and 21, because that's when the big steps are happening. Even if you go from a smaller club to a bigger club in Switzerland, the idea is always to then find a way to get a transfer to a bigger club. So I think players between 18, 19 who are established players in Switzerland who showcase that they can play on this level, I think it's a natural way to then go to a bigger club outside of Switzerland. So I would say between 18, 19 and 21 is a good moment.